Hi, I'm Dean Naidu and welcome to Tipsy Time. Hi guys and welcome back to another episode of Tipsy Time. Today we're going to be making a Durban classic. Growing up, I can't remember one week that went by that we didn't have this at least once for supper. We're going to make lamb kebabs in a tomato chutney. So the lamb kebab, to the people who are not South African, is basically a lamb meatball. Very spicy, some onions, lots of herbs. It's very yummy, and then it's put into a tomato-based concasse, Indian style. So lots of chilies there and some masalas as well, some curry leaves. But yeah, let's go ahead and you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's start making our spicy, delicious kebabs. So what we have here is about 600 grams of mince. This is lamb mince. You can use beef mince if you want. Okay, so to this we're gonna add one diced onion, and then about half a bunch of mint chopped up, half a bunch of coriander chopped up, chopped up 4 chilies, and add that in. Then next I've got some chopped spring onion, and then we've got our spices. So we've got some turmeric, some cumin powder, some coriander powder, some garam masala, some cracked black pepper, a heaped teaspoon of, or actually a heaped tablespoon of Kashmiri chili powder, and then some madras masala. You can swap this out for the masala of your choice. We're going to get that in. And next we'll get in some ginger garlic paste. I'm putting in 2 teaspoons, maybe a little bit more. And then some salt to taste. And lastly, 1 beaten egg, just to bind everything together. I know a lot of people use breadcrumbs, but I use the egg to bind. And give that a good mix. Wow, this looks good, huh? And our mixture is done. Okay, so let's roll our mixture into little balls. Size depends on what you like. Okay, so that's one done. Get into my bowl. A little more. Okay, so our kebabs are nicely rolled up. We've got about 9 or 10 that we're going to use now. We actually got 18 from that amount of meat, so we're going to freeze the rest. Okay, so it's time to fry our kebabs. So I use shallow oil. This is from my mom and grandma. Let's get them in. This is a medium-high heat. I'm going to try and get them nice and brown. I'm not going to cook them fully through because they're still going to go into our chutney. I don't like to cloud the pan, so I have 2 remaining guys left, but I want it to be nicely cooked. Okay, so it's been about a minute. Give it a turn, you can see, looking beautiful. Nicely golden, actually sealed beautifully. Okay, so these are done. Nice and sealed and crispy on the outside. Take them off. Put them on some paper towel to drain off. Okay, so we're done. I'm just going to fry off these last two. Okay, so we're going to use the oil we fried our kebabs in to make our chutney. Maybe not all of it, but I'm going to try and get out some of these onions. We're using this oil so we don't lose any of those wonderful flavors we put into the man's kebab. Okay, so let's start with our chutney. To our oil, we're going to add in some mustard seeds and a pinch of jeera or cumin. One green chili sliced in half. You can add more if you want it stronger. About 10 curry leaves. The popping sounds are what you want to hear. We're flavoring a flavored oil with more flavor. Add in half an onion, sliced up. Good mix. The smell is amazing as usual. Okay, next we're going to add in about a half a teaspoon of turmeric powder and about a teaspoon of chili powder. Just a good mix. Then I've blended about 6 tomatoes. And get that in next. Okay, next we're going to add in salt to taste. And a bit of sugar just to balance out the acidity. Give that a quick mix. And we're going to let this cook on a medium to low heat for about 10 minutes and then we'll come back and have a look. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. Our chutney is looking amazing. It's time to get in our kebabs. Place them in there. We're going to let this cook for another 5 minutes. But before we do that, let's just get some of that chutney over. Okay, so we'll check on this in 5 minutes. Okay, so it's all ready. We're just going to finish it off with some fresh coriander. And we're ready to eat. Time for the biggest critic.
Right, so let's try some meatballs and concuss, tomato concuss.
Hey!
I'm joking. Some kebab chutney and roti. So that's obviously the preferred method is to have it with roti, but I think you could have it with basmati rice as well. Would work very nicely. I'm going to go for this top one here. Looking really good. Get some of that chutney. So delicious, and I know the aunties in Durban will be happy to know that it's nice and hot because I know a kebab chutney needs to be hot. Absolutely delicious, spicy like I said, but so much of flavor, and this really just feels like home, so I'm happy.